Welcome to the Space Coast for the penultimate round of the AquaX Championship, where this weekend, if all goes to plan, the action will be out of this world. Welcome to Florida's Space Coast, where Kennedy Space Center sits just a couple of miles north in that direction. But this weekend, the fireworks are going to be right here on the almost as famous Cocoa Beach. Tampa was the setting for the last race, and oh boy, did the sparks fly there. In the 200 class, Kelly Beval and Rob Greenwald had their usual good-natured battle.
Rob pretty much had a bullseye on his back for me, so that was one person I wanted to beat today.
Current 200 class leader looking strong, Rob Greenwald.
Wait till Cocoa Beach. The 200 class has no idea what's coming.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. You know, I'm ready to race. I'm ready to show people my surf skills because that's my favorite place to ride, and I feel that's where I'm always the fastest.
What have you got to do this weekend to seal the title?
Well, I've got to win, and that's what my genetic makeup says. You know, my DNA likes #1, single strand. So I'm coming out here to definitely deliver a punch. I'm gonna go out and ride like I can in the surf and show everybody what me and Yamaha can do.
In the 250 class, the ever shy and retiring Eric Lagopoulos had won everything so far this year. Could he do it again?
There's a 361 of Eric Lagopoulos. Here we go, we have the checkered flag.
Things are hotting up. We're getting to the business end.
It is, you know, there's one more round to go after this. We had a pretty big crash the last round, so we're just trying to get back in the swing of things.
Oh, wow. Huge hit.
That was a crazy crash. I mean, just destroyed the ski and, you know, had some small injuries, but, you know, bounced back pretty quick and, you know, just really excited to be back on a ski.
You're no stranger to any of this. You can take the rough with the smooth. You know what it's like to win and lose, but obviously you're coming here to win.
Absolutely. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to beat everybody out there. It doesn't matter what class, 300, 250, 200. Anyone on the track, I'm trying to win.
And in the 300 class, Stuart Rasmussen, Eric Francis and British girl Anya Colley were really ripping it up.
Some great racing going on here. This is unbelievable. One of the best races we've seen. And we have the checkered flag with Francis on the 911 taking the 300 class win.
Morning, Eric. Penultimate weekend of the championship. It starts to get serious here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good weekend here in Cocoa Beach. We're looking forward to some surf and some intense racing.
And it should be a great spectacle for the crowds here. Straight off the beach, you can launch the skis, and like you say, the surf, it's going to mix things up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful weather out here, you know, clear skies, so you got great visibility, and we're racing right on the beach, so, you know, the fans have the best seats in the house.
And how are you feeling? You've been doing any training since we last saw you in Tampa?
Non-stop, man. I mean, we've been racing another circuit. That one's finally over, so now we're totally focused on AquaX for the last 2 rounds, and we're here to win it.
So, Anya, great to see you out here in Cocoa, and things are starting to hot up for you in the championship at the moment. Lying third, and there's only 2 weekends left to go.
Yeah, it's all looking really close, you know, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Everybody's really close. We all keep swapping positions. Nobody's in the same position all the time. Last year here it was really rough. We didn't do it. A lot of us didn't do it last year here, but from what we've heard, it seems to be rough, so we'll see what the weekend brings us.
So, Stuart, great to see you. Here we are on Cocoa Beach. It's absolutely scorching, but the championship is hotting up as well. It's the second last weekend, and you're in the lead.
I am in the lead. 2 rounds to go. The points chase is very close right now. Looking forward to a good weekend. We are having a little trouble with the machine still. We've been trying to fix it all week. Still haven't found the issue, but I think we're going to be in a more defense mode than we are offense to try to keep a points lead, if not possible, at least stay close to the leader.
So let's take a look at the points so far. And in the 300 class, it's Stuart Rasmussen who's on top. In the 250 class, it's the dominant Eric Lagopoulos in the #1 position. And in 200s, it's Rob Greenwald who has a lead on Kelly Beval. So here we are then down on the beach in Coco. Brian, good to see you, my friend. It is hot, but I've got it right. I'm dressed for the conditions.
You're definitely dressed for the conditions. You kind of look like a normal Cocoa Beachin.
Exactly, you're going to need this. But talking about the races, usual format, 1 race today, 2 tomorrow. How do you see it playing out for those guys?
You know, it's going to be real interesting this weekend. The waves can come and go at any moment. It's going to get real interesting here in Cocoa Beach. You know, with Stuart Rasmussen being in the points lead, there's a lot of racers that are real hungry right now.
And joking about the heat here and me having this hat on, it is going to be so hot for those guys out there. You said that the idea is to put your wetsuit in the cooler before you even get in the ocean.
Yeah, a lot of these new rookies don't understand that salt water can be the devil. And, you know, it's a natural dehydrator. Put those wetsuits in the coolers, it's going to help them out a lot.
Well, 30 minutes is a long race, so let's see who can do it. You're off to commentary, and don't forget, of course, when you're watching the race, the guys in the 200 class are in green, the 250 class are in red, and the big guys on the 300, well, they wear blue.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 4 here in Cocoa Beach with the Aquacross Tour. As you can see, the dotted white lines are the start coming down the front stretch. They're going to have to negotiate the 2 first-turn buoys before they head to the backstretch, which is going to get pretty interesting today. Green flag start is up. Classes are starting to spread out, and Carlito Davali looks like he's going to take an early lead. On board with the 361 of Eric Lagopoulos in the 250 class, he's your current leader. Carlito Davali is taking the early lead, but he's got the Kawasaki's hot on his tail. Domenico Barilla wants a piece of that. He climbs out in front with Jason Russo right behind him, back on board with the 361 of Eric Lagopoulos. Domenico Barilla's out front. Carlito Davali's right there. Carlito Davali goes the wrong way. Oh no! That opens the door for Domenico Barilla on the 714 in first place in the 300 class, followed by Jason Russo on the 77 and the 220 of Blaine Spooner. Domenico Barilla coming down the front stretch, takes a look over his right shoulder, wonder who's over there. On the board with 57 of Rob Greenwald, first in the 200 class. He's your current leader overall right now. Oh no, and Blaine Spooner takes a spill. He climbs back upon his steed in the 300 class. Shot of Eric Francis in the 74 of Scott Dolly. Eric Francis on the 911, he's on the inside. But here's Jason Russo on the 77, he's currently third in the 300 class. Nice aerial views as these guys are coming down the backstretch. 361 of Eric Lagopoulos giving chase. He's currently in first place in the 250 class. Great shot here of Jason Russo on the inside. And a 361 of Eric Lagopoulos. He's still currently first in the 250 class. Another aerial view of the 222 of Stuart Rasmussen. He's not having a great race today, but he's fighting. He's in 6th overall right now. The 210 of David Gorey, he's second in the Aquacross 250 class. Anya Cauley splitting them like there's nothing else out there. 52 of Anya Cauley, she's currently in 5th in the 300 class. The 57 of Rob Greenwald in the 200 class, still holding on to that first place. Nice, great left-handed turn there by the Kawasaki rider. He's making quick work. Looks like that's a Scott Dolly on the 74, 77 of Jason Russo, and the 911 of Eric Francis. And there's Scott Dolly once again. He's currently climbed up into first in the 300 class. Looking great out there today, nice and fast. Rob Greenwald on the number 57 Yamaha VXR. Kelly Beval in second place in the VXR class, 200 class. And here's Scott Dolly coming down the front stretch. He's going to take the win today in race 1, the 74 of Scott Dolly. In the 300 class, first place was Scott Dolly, second place of Eric Francis, third place is Jason Russo. In the 250 class, Eric Lagopoulos, and in the 200 class, Rob Greenwald, Kelly Beval, and Jason Maxon.
Once again, the Aquacross racers didn't disappoint, delivering fantastic racing for all the fans watching close here on the beach in Coco. Join us when we come back for day 2, when they'll be doing it all again. Welcome back to day 2 here in Coco, where the atmosphere down in the sand is electric. After yesterday's racing, all the usual suspects are in the hunt. Let's go and catch up with some of them and see what they're thinking ahead of today.
So Rob, congratulations. You said you were coming here to win and you did just that.
Yep, like your postman, I delivered. And I'm not talking doctors and babies. I went out there and told you I can ride the surf, and my whole class found out about it. I even lapped several of the 300 riders. They were the back markers in my pack. And I think I took out everybody but Lagopoulos in the 250 class, too.
Had a good start, won the first moto, and try to get these last 2 so we can get the overall win this weekend.
So Anya, day 1 done. Tell us about it. How'd it go for you out there?
Once we started the race, I battled on through, tried to battle with Stuart for over half the race, just kept on chasing him and finally got him. Once I got him, there was Dominic to get, and he wasn't too far away. Tried to catch him up, he saw I was there, he was like, nah, I'm not letting a girl pass. Cut me off and tried to keep me off of him, and until the last lap we raced to the finish and we were so close, but I think he just got it. So, but it was really good. I lost my goggles, so my eyes hurting a little bit today. Got a little bit of headache in the race because a bit of water hit me that hard, but other than that, it was a really good race.
So Eric, congratulations, 2nd place on the day, but you predicted it. Scott Dawley, he was out in front.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was a very good ride. I mean, I started out 5th, not the best hole shot, but we worked our way through the pack, battled with Dolly a bit, but he got in front of us a little early, and then we just couldn't make it the time. So we're hoping for a little bit better showing today.
Well, 2 races to go. The arms and legs feeling good?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I love this series. I mean, people get tired out here, but I train, so I'm not.
So Scott, congratulations. You won your heat yesterday. Tell us about it.
It was a long time coming this year. I've had some troubles, and thankfully I finally pulled one off. It was a good race. There was some hard chargers out there, some good competition, and for whatever reason, I found a line that was working, and I stuck with it, was patient, and went from about 6th and finally got to the lead and held it off and won.
Yeah, we already spoke to Eric, and he said you had a great race, but he's out to beat you today.
Oh, absolutely. I'm the guy to beat right now for the rest of the weekend. I got the high point at the moment, so they're coming after me.
The great news here in Coco is that we have over 40 racers running this weekend, including 10 Aquacross rookies. So I thought it was high time that I headed off and caught up with some of the new guys.
Rookies this weekend in Aquacross, but these guys normally do over 100 miles an hour on jet skis, breaking drag racing records.
We only race 100, but in a couple of seconds. Yeah, no 3 seconds, not 30 minutes. Not 30 minutes.
What are you hoping for today? What did you learn from yesterday?
That I need to prepare for this. It's not what everybody thinks just to ride jet ski. I mean, I ride jet ski every week in Miami, but this is totally different. Yeah. If I finish the race, I'll be happy. Yeah. Honestly. Don't worry about the position I get today. I just want to finish my 30 minutes. Yeah. Next year we're going to prepare for it. We're going to next year from the first event, and we're going to prepare for this. We're going to come to all of them.
So time now for the 2nd race of the weekend and our race announcer, Brian Smith.
This is race 2, and as you can see, the dotted white lines at the start coming down the front stretch. They're going to hit the first turn into the 2nd turn onto the back stretch, and it'll make the conditions very interesting today because they have roughened up just a bit. Here we go with a green flag start. Nice clean start as they come down the front stretch. On board with a 361 of Eric Lagopoulos in the 250 class. Also on board with a 911 of Eric Francis. He's currently 2nd in the 300 class. Looks like the 222 of Stuart Rasmussen's making his turn around the first couple. He's going to head to the backstretch. Nice slow-mo view of the 361 of Eric Lagopoulos. He's 1st in the 250 class currently. On board with the 57 of Rob Greenwald. He's 1st in the 200 class. on his Yamaha VXR. Great aerial view there. Looks like that's Anya Cauley. She's switching to the outside, coming down onto the final turn as they come down the front stretch. The 210 of David Gorey, currently 5th in the 250 class. David Gorey is a rookie. Slow-mo view as the 911 of Eric Francis pushes past the 222 of Stuart Rasmussen. Down the front stretch they go, getting that clean water. Great shot provided by the helicopter here as Jason Russo on the 77 has some bad luck today. He's looking back. He knows that he's going to be having to be towed in, so that's going to be a DNF for him today. On board with first place of Eric Agopoulos on a 361. Good clean water there as he's choosing some good lines. 57 of Rob Greenwald. But Eric Francis on the 911 is on the charge. He wants that first place spot, and he doesn't want it to get away. Another great shot of 361 of Eric Agopoulos. As you notice, he's picking some great lines, staying out of the whitewash to get that maximum speed. Here goes some side-by-side action with Blaine Spooner and Eric Francis. Blaine Spooner on the 220, he's on the outside. Eric Francis on the inside. Eric Francis, they pull up right side by side. Eric Francis looks over. He comes over on him just a little bit. Looks like Spooner goes to the inside. Slows him down just a bit as he hits the whitewash. The 41 of Kelly Bivol, 2nd in the 200 class. Stuart Rasmussen now challenging Blaine Spooner on the 220. 220 goes real wide. The 222 stays to the inside. Eric Francis looks over his right shoulder. He's 1st in the 300 class. The 222 is in 2nd right now. Gets real close to that buoy, makes good work of it though. But here it is, Eric Francis, your winner in race 2 in the 300 class. Congratulations, 911. In the 300 class, Eric Francis, Stuart Rasmussen, and Domenico Barilla. In the 250 class, it was Eric Agopoulos. And in the 200 class, Rob Greenwald, Kelly Bivol, and Jason Maxson.
So Eric, congratulations, took the win there, but that was a lot of work to get it.
Yeah, I mean, you like to have good competition out there. You don't like it to be easy. So, I mean, having a fight like that for almost 12 laps, I mean, that's what racing is, and that's fun.
So Eric, congratulations, business as usual out there, but I don't think it was easy.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't. They had a little, the section over here was a little technical today, so it was cool. Had a couple big turns and a couple nuggets on the short side, so it was fun, yeah.
Well, Aquacross weekend isn't always just about the runabouts. Sometimes there are stand-up ski races as well, which on these tight, closed-in courses, in amongst the shore break, it's going to make for some spectacular action. So some phenomenal racing down here on the beach in Coco for the second one on the Sunday, and really the point at which the race changed for many of the guys was that section, the right and the left, that brought the guys into the shore break, and we saw the skis taking huge air. It really did sort the men from the boys. Certainly makes for an exciting one, hopefully, as we head into the next one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for race 3. We got a green flag start. Here they come down the front stretch. The offshore winds have increased today, making the conditions almost unbearable for some of these rookie riders. Here they come down the front stretch. Kawasaki's are taking the early lead with the 911 of Eric Francis getting all the way back on the seat for maximum speed. He's got a little battle with the 77 of Jason Russo as they come around the first turn. Russo goes wide. Francis sticks it to the inside. He's your early leader. On board with the 361 of Eric Agopoulos in the 250 class, you can see just some of the air that he's getting and how rough it is out there. Here they come down the backstretch. The 222 of Stuart Rasmussen right behind the 361 of Eric Agopoulos. These conditions are really beating these guys up and taking a toll on some of their equipment today. There's the 52 of Anya Cauley. This is her type of conditions. She likes it whenever it gets really rough and choppy out there. Aerial view of Anya on the backstretch. Pay attention to how much airtime she gets when she hits those waves. The 222 of Stuart Rasmussen's climbed into first spot in the 300 class. Aerial view there of Anya Cauley. And Anya pulls past him just slightly as they come into the next turn. Second place is Eric Francis, though. He's held on to it. The 361 of Eric Agopoulos. You can see just how hard he is trying to get through that rough water. The 52 of Anya Colley has moved back up into the second spot in the 300 class. Great battle between her and her teammate of Eric Francis. On board there with Rob Greenwald on the 57. He's currently first in the 200 class. Great shot of the course there. It's on the right side coming down the front stretch. The 911 Eric Francis has stayed firmly in third spot in the 300 class. Nice slow-mo view of the rookie Jeff Thornton on the 255 in the 300 class. Here we go on board with Rob Greenwald on the 57. He's got that first place spot on hold. Can he hold on to it for the rest of the race? Eric Agopoulos is in the 250 class holding on the first place spot. You see how hard he is. He is trying so hard to stay on that ski and stay in the lead. Eric Francis getting some air, major sub there, but he comes clean with it. The 911 of Eric Francis coming down the front stretch. There's Enrique Chia and the 41 of Kelly Baval. Eric Francis and Anya Colley. Anya Colley pushes past him. Eric Francis comes around her. The 222 of Stuart Rasmussen on the front stretch. And your winner is the 222 of Stuart Rasmussen in race 3. And after some technical disqualifications, the results for race 3 in the 250 class was Eric Agopoulos and Michael Gonzalez. And in race 3 in the 200 class was Rob Greenwald, Scott Reeves, and Jason Maxon. Overall for the weekend is 222 of Rasmussen, the 911 of Eric Francis, 52 of Colley. In the 250 class, this is Agopoulos. In the 200 class, it's Greenwald.
Eric, congratulations. Took the win on the weekend. Tell us about it.
Very happy with the overall for the weekend. It did happen, just didn't happen the way I wanted it.
Like I told you, if the surf gets big, and I prayed for this for Moto3, I wasn't going to disappoint. Like I told you, it was coming, Coco.
We got beat up out there in the third moto, but we're happy to come away with a win.
So that's it once again, Brian, the end of a fantastic weekend.
This is what the racers want. This is what they dream of, is actual surf racing. And they did not disappoint. I mean, they were going at it the whole time.
Well, it sets things up nicely as we head to the season finale in St. Cloud. So from myself, Kev, and Brian here in Cocoa Beach, we'll see you there. Goodbye.